Good morning. Listen, simply. More simply, 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 more simply. David, it's the not Lynch. It's December 26th, 2024. It's Thursday in Naples. They are clear at the same time, so cloudy. Sky, so mid sky and atmosphere in general, no, 20 a wind, EV wine and cold. It's early afternoon, practically noon, 45, 54, 55, 55 and 4 Fahrenheit, 13 Celsius, and this means that it's really cold, like in this years, and a cold in fact it's a classic adjective that usually since the first weather reports for 3 years ago, as perhaps one, I don't remember, I think nobody was Chinese, I suppose indeed, I'm sure, but whether I see it, remember these things, at this also said at the same time it's my purpose, fact people shouldn't go Chinese because it's better, and perhaps it's a paradox for you, but not for me, and I did and always do integral operations so for spring and autumn and summer. In fact for spring and the autumn I usually use adjective software in the summer, for summer adjective 8 sono traduzioni di questi così adjective, so se ricordi di questi test for me, also if you can if you do absolutely you can complain. Yes, even if since the opening of the last month of November I'm repeating it, it's slightly cold, in particular in the last 10 days for 2 weeks it's really cold, among other things. Of course we are in the winter. Thanks to, and I in this case I repeat the thing I already repeated in the past years, only for those who don't know, thanks to the points of 2 points of a method I follow since some years, and these 2 points are cold showers if not freezed, and to wear as little clothing as possible, and these 2 points of the recommend of the method by the Dutch athlete Wim Hof, who holds some records with the water, with the cold in particular one, for almost 3 hours under apnea under the ice water. If I also do an error, but this because this record was almost not 3 hours but 2 hours, 1 hour and 53 and 2 seconds, and it was surpassed in 2013 by a Chinese Zhang Zhou with only 8 seconds an hour, 1 hour 53 minutes and 10 seconds, but definitively in 5 years ago, 2019, by the Austriac Joseph Kober, in fact established definitively his record of 2 hours and 8 minutes and 47 seconds, but as well as only a few minutes more. So, however, in a Wim Hof record, it was always a great record, and it's always difficult, and it was necessary in this precision, also for me, because I didn't remember these things, so not only for me, but also for me, and yes, it's important to be precise also on this, because I didn't remember, so we know exactly what are the precise records of this thing, not my move, repeat, but Austriac Joseph Kober established a definitive record in 2 hours and 8 minutes and 47 seconds. I repeat, questo commento di 2 points particularly similar. Over the 3 key points of the MIF method, I also did listening, exposure to cold, breathing, and meditation. So these are the key points. Yes, and thanks to these 2 points, I always try to fight the cold, and for this I say that the degrees are good for me, but also in general, because also in general, from a general point of view, apart from last year, in the past years, I didn't remember this first part of winter like this with these degrees, and so could I repeat both for the things, for the fact that I follow these 2 points of this method, and also in general for the conditions in general. But I repeat, in general is a good thing, but this is a good thing for me. These are good things for me. The degrees are good for me. In general, it's a good thing for me. I don't know if also for other people, for these immense sensations, judgments are just of me. But to this, from Wallet, I think it's really no, because the shower, cold showers, it's a particular thing, and generally people do always hot showers, and so other things with the cold. So I believe of not, but in fact this depends on people. I don't know. However, and so as regards instead about atmosphere today, I don't know if I can say the things. It's just for me, it's not completely good. But rest simens, if I can be some things. قليل الفعل فين كترين بارتيسيبنتس ريبيت just before 55 for fine 13 slash at l'important thing was that فيها ست anticipated بس before we release yes any yes now for a few times there is a curtain here and so take su the cortine I think you should see most perfect I suppose in fact as you notice and I repeat yes this is clear right this is a clear sky but also some clouds considering the trend of the last days I think it's possible that it will become cloudy and also that could rain if at moments rare remote possibilities but as soon as you enter chance wizards and supposed to see if it's clear it's a scheme well bad on the contrary bad well no? So says dico il winner di Nuclear Trace since I'm about to run against more than 2 years and lose in this beautiful intervention as a few times since this summer until now yes this is in fact one of the few times it's visible I don't know for what this reason but since this summer until now very few times I show it to you yes this is one of the reasons and I don't know repeat what was this reason but today this was in the last days also other times yes so today near behind me where in general it's sentiti better visible in the shot at simulation general shot as regarding the shooting today as few times in the summer behind the curtain so not visible in general vision from this is but visible in sentiti in this shot simulation general shot. And finally, from a mythical keeper, an AGX 640 PG 625, sono dedicated in the media generation. Either, still the people for the journey. The person as legging the door, so my problem system. Also myself and Russell Bosquet, and finally, you will get breakfast. Today it's late in general, slightly late for my hours. Infatti non si deletti le ore versa but all imports that was fare from the regular reaction as summer night to was salary fact the breakfast at Fianten film diet I started with at Fianten and part of the si fit was the yesterday insomma so among other things few days ago we passed the 1 year anniversary in fact November 1, 2023, so as I think that is regular December 9, 2023, so it's ratio. Where today repeat close as regard the record, better say slightly close, slightly late as regard Mars, repeat just rolling noon and 45. But the really important thing to show is remember that in some way, also today, fortunately, so I'm really young. And as we always say, breakfast is always one of the most beautiful things left in the world. Absolutely. Also in this case, it's me, Jenny Shot. I'll see you tomorrow, I suppose, if I don't die. In fact, I don't know until tomorrow what will happen. Now I will see.